So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. So, flying in the Zibo again, flying in Ryanair colours, the usual stuff, and yeah, flying from Thessaloniki to Milan, Bergamo. So it's a 2 hour and 5 minute long flight, and yeah, it should be a rather simple one. I mean, expecting a little bit of turbulence, given that there has been a few storms brewing recently and across Europe, but now we're in Ryanair colours, we're in the usual setup, should be pretty good. So starting from a turnaround point of view, because, well, it's now what, in Greece, 10 o'clock, 10:30, so this will definitely have done a few flights today. In fact, this will probably be the last flight of its service. So yeah, the aviation late, yeah, sorry. One start quarter past, but had a few minutes just to do a few things as well. And as I said, we're doing from a turnaround position, so boarding the aircraft and getting it all ready shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't take us too long. Let's bring the buses over and start the boarding and all that very quickly. Buses will have the passengers on board. And then as soon as that arrives, I can start the boarding process. Right, so we'll go to the FMS. We'll start planning the aircraft, shall we? So it's Lima Golf Tango Sierra as our current airport. We're heading to Lime, Milan, Bergamo. Coming routes won't do. Flight number, this is FR for something. FR, grab it on Project Flyer, I've got some notes down. 4775. Plug into that, and runway for departure was 10 left today. Not in database. Okay, what is in the database? Okay, 10 then. Not sure I got left and right though. Must have been part of the flight kind of picks up. Anyways, it's just one runway. It's one runway. Position, we've done that. Reference airports, so that in a second. Right, activate that, execute that. Initialization. Let's set up the fuel on board. So if I head over to... Actually, we'll start the boarding, shall we? So look, packs. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this now, because I've been messing around with it. Please don't fail me. My word, it has failed me. It works perfectly like 30 seconds ago. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Right, it's LGTS to Lime. Time to take off. I'm going to depart in 20... No, I'm departing at 10:02. Might even do a bit early. 25, 35, 45. Yeah, 25 minutes I've given myself. So it's a bit long that. 2 hours 5 minutes. Cruising altitude is 38,000 with flight number FR 7445, wasn't it? Double check. FR, yeah, 4775. Aircraft's a 737-800. I always close this menu too early, but yeah, to count how many passengers you got on board, because that also comes to our weights. Also set up the boarding music, so we have got boarding music. Welcome Elias, how you doing? How you doing? Flight center view booking. This is the music, so it'll be music.wav. And then custom safety demonstration will be safety.wav. Right, passengers on board. We have ground info. Sorry, it's details. 129. It's not a very full flight today. Not full at all. Okay. Right, that's now started. Project Fly, start the tracker on that. And then starts... no, that's everything. Cool. Right, so, back to the FMS. All these passengers are now started boarding. That's it, virtual as well. That's our weight, actually, yes. So I'll do the fuel. We'll go to fuel weight and balance. Check our information. We need 8,086 kilos of fuel on board. 8086, not a massively full aircraft. Oh, sorry, 8.086. Weights, do we have our weights? Yes, we do. We are carrying total weight, and fuel 14,838. So payload 14.838. So it's 14.8 kilos. So FW, that's all fine. That's all fine. Right. Don't want that, sorry. There is active control in the area. I'll have a look at them in a second. Reserves 1.1. Cost index 23. How many airlines do you have next plane, and what's your flying setup? How many airplanes? I've got a fair few. I've got a fair few. You can check my list out here. So you've got 737s. You've got 74s, 732. Should do that at some point. Dash 8. Yeah, I've got a fair few aircrafts. But I usually stick to the 737 and A319 as my usual go-tos. And as for my setup, it's nothing special really. 2 monitors, a Pacific Aviator joystick by Cytec, and OBS really, that's about it. Nothing fancy, but it does the job. It definitely does the job. Average wins 252 at 040. Execute that. N1 limits at U and takeoff. Right, so flaps using 10 degrees of flap. Center of gravity set 1, 2, 3. So 1, 3, 5 rotates. So we'll put that onto there. 1, 3, 5. So now cruising altitude of 38,000. Overhead panel sets my altitude to 38. Right, next thing is, we've done the fueling now, so fuel truck can disappear, which means our fuel pumps come on left when the AP's race starts, and seat belts, we can now start. Let's speak to the passengers first time, shall we? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome aboard this flight FR4775 from Thessaloniki to Milan, Bergamo. We have a flight time of 2 hours and 5 minutes. We'll start our pushback very shortly, as we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flights. Alright, so this is going to be generic public address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck.
Sign on as
flight
well.
FR4775 from Thessaloniki to Milan, Bergamo. We have a flight time of 2 hours and 5 minutes. We'll start our pushback very shortly, as we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flights.
Recent RTX 2080 Ti. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I've got a 1660, so modern, but not top of the range. But I do like it. I do like it. I don't have the money to spend on a 2080, but this thing should last me a fair few years, actually. Right, so since we are flying at night, I'll definitely put up the panel lighting. Make sure the cockpit is ready for me to fly in the dark. And then once we've done with that, we'll then set up the rest of the aircraft and get ready for pushback shortly. I've set myself a 20-minute, 25 minutes on the ground, which is definitely a bit much than what I really need, but regardless, should be alright. Let's squawk box. Let's send our flight plan, shall we? So that'll be the last flight I did, which was the new VAT sim. Welcome Bristol. How you doing? How you doing? LGTS to Lime. Alternative airports today is, I believe it's the other Milan airports. LS goes Zurich. Okay. Zurich cruising at 38,000. Departure time is 1950. Given Zulu, it'll be a 2 hours and 5 minute flight. We have 2 hours and 55 of fuel on board. Set our flight plan. And then remarks that's fine. Flight plan sent, and is the controller in the area dealing with us? Shows online. Adria Center. They might actually be doing us. Let me just check the map, see if they are covering us. Because if they are, then we just have to get the takeoff clearance as well. Sorry, the clearance to fly, and then see what actual top down they're doing. Because sometimes they allow us to push back without requiring any checks. Sometimes they want to do the whole lot. So let's open up the VATSIM map. They are Yeah, they're not controlling us, that's fine there. Where are they based? HU Centre, not on the map. Let me have a look. 130.45. 130.45. Let's just ask them. That's always a nice thing to do. Good evening, Adria Centre. This is Ryanair 97 Tango Yankee. Just checking, are we with you today?
Ryanair 97 Tango Yankee, Adria radar, good evening.
So you are doing clearance and top down for us this evening.
Ryanair 97 Tango Yankee, negative, you are not in my airspace, you can contact me when inbound Areta.
Roger that, then we'll talk to you later. Cool, so we're not with them yet. So let's take it back on 122.8 Unicom. Until we are at a position where we're ready to talk to them, which means no clearance or anything. We'll just start pushing back and going. Welcome, Goran, how you doing? FMS, make sure we've got the rest of the aircraft set up. Legs, we haven't actually set our routes yet, so we'll do that next. So, first waypoint is Adassi. Then it's via November 146 to Bekva. Then it's directs to Mava. Heading directs to Retra, which is where we're going to be speaking to the controller you spoke to. Then it's directs to Adugi. In database, EDUGI, EDUGI. Okay, so we have that waypoint, which means we'll just go to Boa instead. Probably the nearest one, Bologna. Double check that actually. Yankee 504 to Osport. UL. And then it's directs to the airport. So let me just double check the flight plan, make sure that's the Bologna waypoint is our Bologna. Step. Zoom out. And yeah, that's us sorted. So execute that. Flight plan is done. Departure, there's no departure out, so we'll go straight on our waypoints. And takeoff is fine. 135. So don't really require this information anymore, but I'll keep in the background just in case. How am I? Not too bad, like I say, not too bad. I had a pretty good weekend. Nothing like major, but we'll see. Actually, today I ran on, thank you Bristol, much appreciated for subscribing, much appreciated. Yeah, earlier today I went on the Heritage Train, so from my Instagram you'll be able to see some photos and videos of that, riding the London Underground Heritage Train, Sarah Siddons. Tomorrow I'm climbing the O2 Arena, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Right. APU on, wait for lights to appear and start. Then we want to turn on that anti-collision lights.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify
you reached fly London Milan Lapenranta. As we're flying Lapenranta, block that trip. Basically, I will do a London to Milan to Lapenranta, but whenever I fly in the real world, I'll do it slightly differently. So I will do a flight from where I'm going, and then I'll pre-record it, and then I will. Well, it's called a premiere. Basically, I start the premiere or the pre-recorded live stream at the exact same time I fly in the real world, and that way my flight matches that of the real world flight. I've done it a few times in the past, but at some point I will definitely do a London Milan Lapenranta. i.e. from Finland, us Aviation Forever, mitä kuuluu? Puhum Suomea? Right, so APU is active, GPU you can now disconnect, and that looks like everything from a ground point done. We'll pre-plan our pushback, but we won't call the ground target just yet. Welcome Mepic, how you doing man? How you doing? Who? Long time no seen actually, how you doing man? Let's pre-plan our pushback. We will be facing, I think it's runway 10, so actually, which way is 10? It's that one, yes, so I will be taking off facing left preferably. Pushback, pre-plan pushback. Stick it. Ooh, no, we don't need pushback. We can actually taxi straight out. Forward and around. Okay, I like that. Sama. Minakin puhum sume. Right, well, unfortunately, I don't speak Finnish because I'm not a Finn. I am British. I picked up a little bit of Finnish. That's when I went there last year, but unfortunately, I'm not Finnish. I mean, for me, I can just about say any sentence because the Finnish language is not too hard to read. You've got to pronounce each syllable one by one. In terms of actually pronouncing, well, knowing the words, I can say a bit more than I can say others. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a Finn. I'm doing good. Not how am I? I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Like I said, I've had a good day today, and expecting tomorrow to be a pretty good one as well. Right. The aircraft is boarded as far as everyone's aware, including all of the flight trackers. So what I'm going to do now is start our pushback. How's your blog channel? A little bit dead at the moment. I've got a few like videos ready to like edit and upload, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. But I do want to pick up on it at some point very soon. Whenever I travel abroad, I do try and do stuff onto there.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Sorry, no, I'm doing pushback. We're going to taxi straight out. Right, well, since we're ready to go, we'll just turn on TCAS since there's no other traffic in the area. And, yeah, let's start up the engines. We'll turn off the dome lights, since that's no longer required. Double tight it. Ah, right, okay, no worries, man. Right, logo lights on, strobe lights on. Again, I should remember to turn strobes come on the, runway, not here. Anyways, ground connections, remove chock, sorry, make sure that's all cleared. Engine 2. Nope, it's not starting. Why? Because I put some of the APU bleed jets. Right, let the bleed set itself up. And then we shall try turning on engine 2. There we go. Engine 2 active. Have I ever visited Finland? Yes. Last year, from July 11th to July 24th, I went to Lappeenranta in southeast, and also went to Helsinki in central. At some point, I also travelled to Turku. Sorry, no, Tampere. Tampere is where I'll go to. But, no, Turku I'm not going to. Tampere is where my friend now lives. So they've got the Moomin Museum over there. Absolutely love Moomins. Moomits. Got all my Mummy Muckets collection starting up. The Moomin mugs. So expensive, but they're Moomins. They can't complain. But yeah, I've been to Finland once before, and I'm going there again this Christmas. So I fly on the 21st to Lappeenranta, spend 2 weeks, and then I fly from Helsinki back to London. I live in Tampere. Okay, sounds cool. That'll be a trip for either next year or the year after. I mean, I've got a friend who now goes to college there, so I'll likely give them a visit. Right, well, fuel pumps on since engines are active. Sensor tank has got fuel, but it's only a minute amount. Packs on, cabin is ready. Thank you, cabin crew. Switch the bleeds around. Engine power active. APU off. As far as I'm aware, that is now the cockpit ready for taxi. Vehicles will disappear as soon as I start moving. One final check. Let's get the weather actually before I go. LGTS, Lima Tango Golf Sierra. Scoon H1016. And winds are few at 2,500. Variable winds at 3 knots. So it's not too windy. 10 seems to be our runway of choice today. Right, let's taxi down to runway, shall we? Put a little bit of throttle in, spin the aircraft around. Tampere. Seems like a nice little town. City, actually. In that sense, it's a city. I mean, I was surprised when I was told that La Pineranta was a city. It's tiny. You can walk across it in 45 minutes. Like, come on, guys. In London, you have to take a good day to walk across it, even. It's only a few hours. Oops, make sure my tax lights are active. Yeah, everything else is on as required. It was just my taxi lights I failed to put on that. I going to Tampere in Christmas? Not this time, I'm afraid, no. So my friend because my friend is from La Pineranta, and so during Christmas they will be going to La Pineranta, which will be our meeting them there. But I'm afraid I won't be going to Tampere myself this time. Maybe next time. Likely be in the summer though, because actually I don't know. I've never been to Finland in the winter. I'm expecting it to be -10, -20 degrees, so that'd be a it would be an interesting one. But like I say, we'll see what happens if I throw it in the winter, if I throw it in the summer, because summer was beautiful. Absolutely enjoyed that. I just realised I need to actually make a right here. Bit of a tight turn, but yeah, sorry, is that taxi I wanted? As long as I'm not cutting the grass, I should be alright. Pro taxiing, eh? I'm sure my passengers will have a few complaints about that one. Dangerous taxiing. But yeah, not too far away. Got to cross over the runway first of all. Get onto the other side, which is when I can then taxi to the end without backtracking. Yours in sauna an hour ago. Oh boy, finished sauna. Such an experience. I mean, as a Brit, I'm not too inclined to be sitting in a room nude with other people. Yeah, it was an experience. First time. Enjoyed it. Very, very hot. But we'll see if I do it again. Well, that being said, again, Finland in the winter, if I want to warm up, probably the only option I've got, really. Yeah, so the cabin is now prepared for flights, and it will be departing very shortly. That's right. Let's say I've got to cross the runway first before departing. 2047. So actually, given my time of 2050, I might actually be departing on time. It's the end of the runway. I did not realise there's actually a taxiway to the end of 10. Hold position here then. Set the parking brakes. I'd like to cross over and do a bit more. Parking brake, where has it gone? There it is. Is that 10? It's 16. Okay, we'll change that then. Departure won't be 10. We'll do 16. Legs, Bevka. I do have a Bevka departure. Should have been that earlier, but I'm not complaining. No, we don't. So let's execute that. Stick it in legs mode. Let's go, shall we? Make sure my brakes are set to rejected. Make sure my flaps are set. Should have done that earlier because we did do pushback. Didn't have a chance to do that. Right, departing runway 16 LGTS. Make sure everything else is final. So TCAS is active. Flaps now going down. Release the parking brake now. Engines active. Reject takeoff brakes set. Aircraft is ready for departure at this stage. How was I know when you went there? I think it was something like 85 degrees. Certainly hotter than I'd normally go for, because I know some fins will go up to like the 90s, even the 100s when they're in the sauna, but it was crazy hot. I was in there for maybe 10 minutes tops. I mean, I don't know how long you'd last, but it was hotter than I've ever been in before. Just crazy. Green Plains, £1 for super chat. Cheers, man. Much appreciated. Buy some sweets. Absolutely, absolutely. No, thanks for that, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Right. So on the runway, looks like it'll be a fairly steep uphill departure. Let's go. Yeah, thank you, Broom Planes. Much appreciated, man. This takeoff's on you. I just realised I didn't do the trim. We should be alright for trim, actually. As long as it's within the takeoff range, then we're alright. No takeoff warnings, so... this is why I usually like pushbacks. Give me time to remember what I'm doing.
E1, rotate.
E1, rotate.
Positive brake.
Gear up. Fuel warning lights active. Centre fuel tanks off. 400. Flew Ryanair. Hang on. I'll check the test in a second. Sorry. Let me just put you the takeoff. 1,000. Check the takeoff brakes off. Gears are going up. Which they are going up. There we go. Flaps up to 5 degrees. Flaps up to 1 degrees. And then flaps very shortly. Cool. Flaps are retracted. Gears up. So now lock the pressure. Auto brake is off. That's all sorted. Right, so yeah, sorry. Let's see what you guys are saying now. Flew Ryanair from NCL, Alicante NCL. Was disappointed. Cheap flight, good service. Oh, I wasn't disappointed, sorry. Cheap flight, good service with flag N. Yeah, again, I've never had an issue with Ryanair. They get you across continents for the price of a bus fare. In fact, the guy who does my hair, so I had a haircut earlier today, talks about how you flew from... What was it? From... Hanover? Yeah, it was Hanover to Bruges for €1.45. Cannot complain about that. If I got a flight for $1.45, I would never ever complain about it. Ryanair, they get you cross continent for the price of a bus fare, and a lot of people have actually seen recently saying they gave poor people the ability to fly, and that's what I like about them. They're cheap, but they're honest. Sometimes too honest, Michael O'Leary. Joined me slightly rotating. Welcome, Booby Fraki HD. How you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome, James. How you doing? Finnish people like to drink alcohol. Suomi Perkele. Pericole. I wish I could roll my R's. My R's. If I could roll that, I could definitely say a lot more mean things. Pericole. Can't do the R's. Can't do the R's. Bargain says Aviator Goran. My cheapest flight I've done with Ryanair so far was something like £6, £7 return flight to Norway. Flew to Oslo back in February. Ryanair's cheap indeed. South ends to €5 like in London. That'd get you across the city in a bus. Or you can go across the continent in a plane. Your choice. We passed 10,000 feet, so landing lights come off. Aircraft is stable. No turbulence just yet. Okay, what actually I may do is I'll wait till we do this turn at Adasi. As soon as the turn finishes, we'll then turn off the seatbelt sign. And then allow passengers start moving around the cabin. Attempt to go on an impulse holiday. Land in Spain in the morning, get some food, go home at night. I've done that a few times, just day trips in the country. Fly at 6 in the morning from Stansted. When was the last time I did that? Last time I did that was when I went to Venice. Went with my mother for that one actually. But yeah, we flew from Stansted at 20 past 6 in the morning, landed at 10 o'clock local time, and then we left Venice airport at something like 8 PM local time, landed in the UK at midnight. So do a day trip out, say a lot of fun. I mean, if it's a rainy day, just go sit in the cafe all day and just take in what you can from the inside. If it's a good day, do whatever you want. It's a really good idea. I do them a few times in the year. About to fly from Amsterdam to London with British Airways on the 319. Sounds good, enjoy it man, sounds good. Next time I fly British Airways will be on December 21st. And that'll be from London Gatwick to Milan Bergamo in an A320. And then that'll be my first flight today. I then have 6 hours and a half, which I'll probably just... well, I'm going to Milan actually later in the year in November. So I'll probably stick around in Bergamo for a bit, see what the town has to offer. And then, yeah, fly to La Penaranta. I'm definitely excited for this trip. I've been to Finland once before. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The people there are... Finns. They're very introverted, but they're very hospitable. I mean, you can make friends, have chat with just about everyone, presuming they're willing to chat. I mean, if you've ever read the book or seen the Instagram account Finnish Problems, then yeah, definitely a bit of a laugh. But with Finns, it's hard to make friends out there. If you do make a friend, you've made a friend for life, that's for sure. So there are 3 guys out there who I'm in very usual contacts with, and yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. One lives in La Penaranta, one lives in Tikkurila, the other one now lives in Tampere. Fly Air Lingus on stream. Got a friend... Oh, you've heard they're good, but no one really fly them on stream. I can do Aer Lingus at some point. I mean, I've got the Toast 319. I mean, I'm not going to purchase the Flight Factory 20. As much as it's a top aircraft, I don't find it nearly as good as the 319, I'm afraid. But, yeah, if there's any good 319 routes that Aer Lingus fly, throw a request in, and who knows, might even do it next weekend. Right, let's say we turn off seatbelt sign after the turn, which we have now done. Seatbelt signs come off. And we'll do the same in PAX.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
Fly La Penaranta to Tampere in next plane. Ryanair, it's Poundland, but the plain version. I could do Lappenranta Tampere. Is it Blue 1? Blue. What's that blue airline that Finland used to have for Scandinavian made them go bust? Was it Blue 1? Did they ever do that route, Lappenranta Tampere? Because I know that's what's it? Not Fly Nordic. NORADs. They do a few like short domestic hops in and around Finland, but ever since Lappenranta was sold to the city, so Finavia in 2012 sold the airports away. Actually, maybe in 2015. But as a result, everyone stopped flying there. Finnair don't. I'll see. I'll have a look. But yeah, Lappenranta to Tampere would be an interesting one, that's for sure. I mean, last time I flew Finnair on a stream, that was when I did Helsinki Vantaa to London Heathrow. That was in the 319 when I got the GTX 1660 to have my very first flights using that new graphics card, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. And likewise with FS2XP, managed to port over the Aerosoft Helsinki scenery into XP11, so got a nice bit of a look around that. Don't think Aer Lingus fly the 319, only 330, 20 and 21, some other thing. I'll have a look. Dreams to be a pilot for Finnair. I mean, how old are you, man? How old are you? I mean, based on how old you are, probably a good indication of, well, what can you do in the future, really? What route can you take? Oh, and while you're at it, go follow me on social media. Facebook.com/DrawyahYT, Instagram @DrawyahYT, and Twitter @DrawyahYT. Feel free to follow me on everything. Well, speaking of which, I do actually need to upload something to my Instagram today, and that will be the heritage train I took earlier on. I'll probably do that in a minute, actually, while I've got some good internet going on, bandwidth's not too full. But, yeah, it's been a good day today. Thoroughly enjoyed the heritage train. Try and do a vlog on it at some point, but I'm not sure if I've got enough footage of it. It's only a 40-minute journey, so as much video as I could record wasn't plenty of time. Aviation Forever, you're still there? No, I guess not. Oh well. Like I say, depending on how old you are, gives you an idea of really what options you can take. I don't know. I know Finland's very much conscription company, so you could go via the Air Force, but then that's when you turn 18. I'm sure there are courses as well you can take when you're younger. What are you going to say? Depends on where you are right now. Do I want to be a pilot do I want to be a real life pilot? I'm doing an NPPL. Admittedly currently on hold, but I am doing a pilot's license here in the UK, and yeah, I'll see how that takes me in the future. But don't know if I'll go commercial or not, because that is a lot of work. A lot of work. Are you on Discord, Aviation Forever? If so, drop me a message on that. Right, so just past the flight level, we're coming up to 320 now, flight level 320, 32,000. Shouldn't be too far off the cruise at the moment. Discord. If you go to the description, I've got a Discord server link. Feel free to join that, and then very nice to get to me as well. My private messages are usually open. Right, I'm not interested in... Actually, I've had data up. I'm interested in station information. Airport's usually quite useful. Join Discord. Sound good, man. Sound good. Welcome to the server. Send me a message. Drop me a private message. I'm sure you know how to do that. So, I like that. A 737 flying in the sunset. Who's your original username? So I don't remember you. It's a nice username, that. I like it. That's your username. Fair play. Who else on the Discord server? How many members do I actually have at the moment? 11 online, 57 offline. So that's the goods. 68 people. That's not too bad, actually. I wasn't expecting that many. I know that's been a bit more conversation recently. A bit more chat going on, but it's been good. It's been good. We've just passed 360, so 2,000 feet to go. Very shortly we'll get the altitude indicator, alerting to us that we have reached our... we're within 1,000 of top of cruise. And like I say, we like that for the rest of the flights. I could turn on dome lights now if I really wanted to. Have a bit more to look at, but no real need for it. I actually kind of prefer the darkness, where I've got my backlighting that turns way down. Some people prefer the lighting, but for me, I like the dark and gloomy. I like the dark and gloomy. Yeah, I did turn on the pack, so we should be alright. Yeah, everything's been pretty good at the moment. There you go, 1,000 feet to top of climb.
few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
So, current cruising altitude. If I check the FMS, what kind of time we're expecting to land Osbo? Has our destination appeared? Hang on. Set the arrival. One of these ones, check the charts later for the best one. But what I want to do is have a look at what time would we expect to arrive. Step. We get to the Osbo waypoint at 21:13 Zulu. It's 10:15 UK time. But, then after that is how far the airport is from the final waypoint. But like I said, flight times are looking too bad today. Shouldn't be super long flights. It was 2 hours 5 minutes in the air. Actually, virtual right now give me a time. 1 hour 12 minutes it says I'll arrive in. And ETA is 21:24. So yeah, about an hour and 12 minutes we've got in the air, and then plus add a few minutes worth for the approach. Shouldn't really be too much either. Welcome to Aviation. How you doing, man? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, we're not doing too bad so far. We're in cruise. Should be for a little while now. Doing Brest to Paris actually. Oh, sounds good. Sounds like a short but nice flight's getting in the evening. Also love the 737. Sounds good. I mean, yeah, I've flown 73 for a little while, so that's an aircraft that I'm accustomed to. I enjoy it. Just a quick departure out of Amsterdam. Sounds good. Sounds good. Actually quite glad to see quite a few people flying tonight. Are you two on VATSIM or are you just flying offline? I mean, these days whenever I fly, usually it's VATSIM. Usually I just try and get online. Especially new voice codec comes out. That I'm very excited for. You're currently offline, James. What's the longest flight you've done for X-Plane? Hang on, what is the longest flight I've done on X-Plane or FSX? What's the longest flight you've done? What's the longest flights I've done? I mean, the longest flights I've done in X-Plane is Perth to London Heathrow. That was a 20-hour flight, or maybe 21 hours, but definitely a long one. And longest flights in FSX, that would probably be... I mean, I never did anything long haul in FSX. It might have only been like 3 or 4 hours. I can't think of anything. Ooh, no, 6 hours. And that was from Heathrow to New York. 6 hours in length that was. Right, so we've done about a third of the flight now. Nothing really to report on. It's been a fairly standard flight. Passengers are all happy. Done the first meal service. And yeah, it's just been a quiet one so far. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Straight line path right up until we get to Boa. Then we'll start looking to the approaches. I mean, what runway first of all is active at let's have a look. Lime. What will we likely use landing in Milan today? Winds are 030, so it's only 3 knots. Winds heading 030. Runway. It's 2,000 feet long runway. Yeah, I think that's. You could land a 737 on that, but it wouldn't be very heavy. Runway 28, I think will almost certainly be the one we'll be using. Yeah, 8,000 foot. Yeah, runway 28. So if we plug that into ILS. Never understood X-ray Yankee Zulu for the approaches. Hang on. Yeah, so we are landing Osborne. There's a few different Osborne approaches. So I will head on to charts. Pardon me, gosh. I do apologise. I had to Google. Give it a second to load. Right, Lime charts. I'm surprised I actually came up with airport information straight away. I know, that's given me official charts for the song Lime. Milan Bergamo, there we go. Bergamo. Charts? Yes it is, right, so waypoint I'm coming in at is the Osborne. Is it Osborne? Yeah, Osborne. Arrival. OSB. No results. Oh, not super cheap, but not. Starks 580 or 590. And then going to have Horizon 5. Yeah, sounds good. That'll definitely be a... Yeah, it's a nice spec. Get you quite a decent kick, especially in X-Blind. Good luck with it. Good luck with it. We don't really need a huge budget. As long as it works, basically, it'll be alright. I mean, my budget wasn't terribly massive, but... it's one of those where eventually buy all the parts and get what you need. Airbus or Boeing? For me personally, I do much prefer flying a Boeing. It's more of a at-heart aircraft. It's not overly computer controlled. I mean, the Max kind of showed why the Boeing don't do it, but yeah, for me, I'm more of a Boeing at heart. Processor is going to be a Ryzen 2600. Okay, yeah, it's a decent bit of system then. 2600. I mean, it's modern. It's decent processing power. You'll get a good kick out of that. You'll get a good kick out of it. I mean, I've just got an i7 6700K, so it's an i7, but it's a bit of an odd one now, so not super fast, but not terribly slow either. Runs decent spec. Huge fan of Airbus. I can imagine. Yeah, like I say, I'm much more of a Boeing person myself. How much RAM do I have? I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. 16 gigabytes. So, more than enough to run, I can tell you that for a fact. I mean, actually, people do say these days that X-Plane, you probably should have at least 16 to run it, but like I say, I've got 16. Seems to do it alright. Is very good. Like I say, for most, actually, to be fair, these days it's what's like a minimum now. A lot of games do quite a bit of RAM to keep it going up and strong. Oh, sorry. Icon computers. Yeah, sorry, I'm just a bit checking a few other things as well. But, now Icon computers. I did computer science back at college. And, yeah, I do digital marketing now as a career. So, I do quite a fair bit online. It keeps me interested. It keeps me interested. I'm not mad crazy over it, but certainly it's a bit of fun. What time is it in the UK? It's now 21:53, 9:53 p.m. So as soon as I land, I'll probably then have a shower, and then, yeah, head to sleep, I guess. Look at the winds. Winds aren't super favourable at the moment, but we're still doing ground speed 424, so it's not terribly at the moment. Knots. We're doing Mach 0.76. 0.77, yeah. Airspeed 443 knots. Yeah, not terribly slow at all. You need to go to sleep. Yeah, go ahead then. Go ahead. Good night, ma'am. Talk to you tomorrow. Right, so top of descent is next waypoint, Boa, 21:16. So we start our descent in 21 minutes. Not too far away. Yeah, 20:54 in Finland. I mean, it's 2 hour time difference. Hang on. Yeah, so yeah, 20:54. It's 2 hour time difference, so of course it'll be a little bit later. Yeah, so now that's well over halfway into the flight. Kind of up to 3/4 now. And then soon after that, start planning our landing in, let's say 20 minutes. We'll start our approach into Milan. It's been an alright flight actually. I was expecting a bit more turbulence because of the storms, but hasn't really amalgamated or got, you know what I'm saying. It hasn't really built up into as much as I was expecting. Not nearly as bad. So if it makes it for an easier flight, then why should I complain really? As I get from A to B at get to A to B, have better satisfied passengers. And just got to bring the aircraft down, nice and simple. Given that it's night time, I seem to always slam my nighttime landings, but hopefully today maybe do a little bit different, come in nice and smooth. And again, as long as I get between the 150 feet per minute and the 1.9 Gs, then yeah, right. Because when it comes to landing, it's not the feet per minute that matters; it's how many Gs you pull off. I mean, fair enough, you don't want to like slam the aircraft into the ground, but you don't want it to be like super. What's the word? Yeah, you don't want to overstress the aircraft, overstress passengers by going too heavy into the Gs. 2 Gs is generally your limits. Too much higher before it makes passengers feel very ill. Man, I've got to try and find a mini USB cable somewhere. The most painful kind of battery. Sorry, not battery, sorry, cable. Mini USB. Don't know if I've got one laying around anywhere. What battery connection is it? I might be able to do with... Three. Same as that, and actually I could probably get away with it. Because tomorrow, like I said, I'm climbing the O2. Oops. Climbing the O2 arena. So I'm definitely trying to get some GoPro headcam footage. It's the same bat. No, it does not fit. Okay, it's 3 pins, so at the very least charging socket might be the same. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to climb it. It's one of those, it's definitely a touristy thing, but I've seen it a few times advertising around London. Never actually done it though. Oh, you can actually connect it. Where's the cable? I'm sure I've got a micro USB. Hang on. Yes, micro USB. White micro USB cable on my desk. So, do you guys know where it's gone? That's a damaged one. That goes in the bin. A brand new cable. It's plugged into the computer. It's not charging. Oh, actually. What was it meant to go? Yeah, it's meant to go red. Oh well, gonna have to try and find a different cable. Worth a shot. Welcome. It's Delia. How you doing? Delex, sorry. How you doing, Delex? Welcome channel. Welcome to the channel. Not sure where I got Delia from. It's definitely Delex. Yeah, right on the small screen there. That's better. Yeah, welcome channel. Welcome chat. How you doing today, man? How you doing? I'm not too bad. I've had a good day today, and getting ready for tomorrow as well. So as soon as I land, probably figure out what I'm doing with the camera for charging. Have a shower, head to sleep. In the morning, I'm off to the Ryanair Railway to volunteer, and then in the evening, climb the O2 Arena, which should be a lot of fun. Hoping that my Nido doesn't give up, given that I've busted it quite badly. But hey, they say it's not too much difficult than compared to climbing a fairly steep hill at the start, so it ain't bad, ain't all bad. If you become a pilot, what plane would you fly and which airline? Well, definitely long haul, because at the end of the day, it's the long haul pilots that are in the air for more hours and they'll get paid a lot better. What airline? Probably British Airways, because they have fairly decent pay structure, especially for long hauls. So, yeah, British Airways. And I'd fly maybe a 777 or a 747. But, like I say, I doubt I'll probably go into commercial. This is very unlikely at this stage in life. Cool, I found a mini USB cable. Hope it works. Don't get that data transfer too much, I just need it to plug in and work. Perfect, charging light is on. I'll leave that overnight. Right, well, since that's sorted, back to flying rather undistracted. Undistracted. Sorry, I'm distracted by my own English there. Yeah, back to flying undistracted, and then later on I'll just pack everything I need for tomorrow. So top of descent. 15. Top descent's about 5 minutes at this stage. We've already set the FMS up for landing, which means what we need to do is just start lowering the altitude. In fact, since we got 5 minutes to top of descent, maybe we run to the toilets, and then I'll be back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 moments. Right, I'm back. Captain Bahamas, what's up? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. Not too bad. Preparing for the last few moments before our top of descent in 10 miles. Let's have a look. What do we need to be at for the insets for the ILS? We need to bring the aircraft down to it's 4,000 feet. We need to be at 4,000. So if we lower that to where we need to go, in a couple of moments the aircraft will start its top of descent. And for a bit of a minor turbulent patch, the aircraft shaking, but nothing too much. And there's no sign of traffic coming to the airport either, so we'll keep an eye out for any Milan Bergamo traffic. It doesn't look like it'll be too busy tonight, fortunately.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin
Here we
handing
go.
out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Let's start this. So arriving should be no longer than 25 minutes. Aircraft has descended, like I said, at least it started descending. And we'll arrive in a little bit. In fact, let's get our ETA. ETA is, oh, it's only 14 minutes, so that doesn't take into account our start. Yeah, so since we are now descending, we'll probably start focusing now on our approach, because we're not going to hit the outside, fortunately. We are coming in from the south. So yeah, got a few high-altitude clouds that are just passing through, but as it is night, it's not really too much to spot. And yeah, as we are descending, it's fairly idle throttle, so aircraft engines aren't too loud at the moment. 25,000, 250, so fresh information. Be QNH1014 once we do disconnect. So set it to 1014 on the backup. Here as well. And then, oops, drag required. Put some spoilers out. 20,000 feet at Osborne, so should have no problem. Keep an eye on the speed, which we're actually managing fairly well. Let's just set up our landing as well. So be 30 flaps, 143, touchdown, 1087, 282. So 108, sorry. Yeah, 1087. 1087. 282. Oops. There we go. And here as well. So as soon as we start coming into land, this is as soon as we're close enough to be connected to the ILS, that'll then tick over. Few lights of cities down below starting to come into view. Call that for 18,000. Oh, that's for American altimeter. Airport to our left. That's not Bergamo. Limbs. That will be Malpesa. Now Malpesa is, I think that's just the main airport. Bergamo is the secondary. And then there's a third one as well. Don't remember the name of it. And it forms like the central city airports. I believe that's actually closed at the moment for renovations. Well, passing through 16,000 now. 160. In a couple of moments we shall get ready to land. Turn on the seatbelt sign, shall we? Get that ready to go.
gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it is time to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
So that's my approach, shall we? So, lime, traffic, approaching, and on descend things to 4,000 via Osball, 1 hotel approach. Runway 28 ETA 12 mins. So yeah, it should be landing around 12 minutes time. So we've got announced to other aircraft in the area potentially. I mean, it looks fairly quiet at the moment. The traffic radar's not picked up anything yet. That we are currently in the area. Welcome Adrianic, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I landing? Yes, I am. I'm landing in about 10,000 feet. There's the airport. So, cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing, 10 minutes.
It's landing 10 minutes.
Actually, is that it there? Sorry. No, that's Bergamo. That is just another airport. Double check it on the map actually. Limor. That's Malpesa, sorry, yeah. That's Milan Malpesa, just in the distance. It's actually not too far apart from one another. Still takes an hour though to get across, an hour or two. Right, pass through 10,000. Land lights active. Never actually turned off logo lights. Probably should have done that. Did not want to do that.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Yeah, so 30 flaps, 143. So I'm going to aim for today. How do you do the voice in the cabin? That's for an add-on called PAX by TFDI Design. It's $28 or so. And it's not a bad one actually, I do quite like it. It's only a lot of fun to use. Yeah, it is an add-on from TFDI Design. yeah, given that the turn at the end is fairly tight, probably going towards the approach speed right towards the end. Why aren't you a pilot? Because I can't afford it. Basically, I kind of have... If I could afford the 80 grand to fly commercial, then probably give it a go, but it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. Alright, set the altimeter. Alright, so 10 miles now for the left turn. We'll get there in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes will be our final turn onto the approach. Just notice you're online. Welcome Sky Matrix. Sky Matrix even, sorry. Just in time though, we're about to land. We touch down in 6 minutes. Okay, we've hit an altitude constraints due to the high altitude in the area. Yeah, there's the airports. Milan, Bergamo. Not been a bad flight today. I've enjoyed it. There's another airport over the distance. There we go, established. It's not established, but we're connected, so VR localizer on. 5 miles to go, so we can continue lowering the flaps. Like I say, I do want to try and be on landing config for the final turn, just because of how tight this turn is. Do you play Fortnite? No, absolutely not. Never have, never will. Without a doubt, the most mindless game ever to be released. That's what I'm going to do is cheer a little bit. Make the turn at a slightly shallower angle. Means that by the time I do guest incept, it's not nearly as bad as what it's telling me to in the moment. Not terrible, but I'm saying compared to just the fact that we are this close to mountains, preferably it's on the one side. Yeah, we have got VFR Senior as well, so that is also lighting up the ground. We've got Ortho, sorry, yeah, Ortho VFR Scenery.
1,000 to go.
We're a bit high. Hopefully the aircraft will be able to adjust for that.
Go.
Okay, autopilot disconnects. Gear down. Just have to bring it in manually at this stage. Let's set the brakes to 2. Is there a little high? Nothing the aircraft can't handle.
2,500.
Keeping on the pappies, as soon as they start turning red. There we go. Yeah, leave autopilot off, even with approach mode activated, it won't help us. Right, follow the magenta line. Let's get the aircraft down.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Bergamo.
Why is the aircraft going up? Mainly because I'd flown the aircraft a little bit too high there on the final approach. My plan didn't quite go to action, so threw it in manually. Not a terrible deal at this stage. Auto throttle deactivates. Spoilers disarmed. Set the braking to 3. It's quite a short runway here. Ah, 47, nice and light one.
knots.
80 knots. 60 knots, reverse thrust cut. And then just exit on the left coming up. 1.89 Gs, so yeah, a little bit heavy on the Gs, but not enough to injure anyone.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth
Well done, thank you very much. Good landing, bro. Gate start to the left. Thoughts on FSX? It's an old, outdated sim, but it works. Nothing groundbreaking anymore, but if you're looking for a small sim to enjoy as a hobby, then yeah, FSX does the job. Right, set up the aircraft now that we're on the ground. So it's that one, and start up APU. And then any gates to our right. Hopefully. Not too sure. I presume it's to the right, so yeah, we'll just cut across. Oh yeah, there's a few markers there. So we'll use this one. Which X-Plane was a little more affordable for the... What do you mean for the US? Because X-Plane 11's just the same price everywhere, isn't it? I've never had much of an issue. Which X-Plane was a little more affordable for the US? I mean, same price what you probably expect to pay for a game these days. Probably not in the right spot, but hey, I ain't complaining. Right, parking brake sets. Power on the APU. Switch the bleeds around. Packs come off. Whoops. Whoops, come on. There we go. Packs off, engines off. Best Buy selling it for $69.99. Get the download version. You don't want the disc version. As good as it is, all you need is digital download. We can get it off Steam, but free developers itself usually is pretty good. Most recommended that way. Right, we're on the ground. Welcome to Milan, Bergamo. In fact, let's talk to passengers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Milan. Flight time today was around 2 hours, so we have gained a few minutes. And right now the local temperature is 18 degrees with local time at 23:42. So once again, we do thank you very much for flying Ryanair, and we hope to see you in the near future. Thank you very much and have a good night. So yeah, generic public address. That'll be our final message for passengers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Milan. Flight time today was around 2 hours, so we have gained a few
set
minutes.
shocks, connect GPU,
and right now the local temperature is 18
ground handling,
degrees, with local time
in the
at
vehicles.
23:42. So
buses
once again,
as
we do
well.
thank you very
No
much
fuel
for flying
trucks. This is the
Ryanair,
final flights
and we
of
hope
the
to see
day.
you in the near future.
Let's open the forward cargo as soon as we turn off the required lights. There's always one more I keep forgetting. Taxi. There we go, forward cargo. That'll now connect up to the fronts. GPU is now connected, so I can now bring power onto GPU. APU comes, off. APU bleed off. And then just reset the aircraft, like I say, for tomorrow's flying. So, hydraulics off. Heating off. Bleeds are all off. What do you recommend by X-Plane websites or off Steam? I personally recommend getting off the X-Plane websites because you get updates a little bit quicker. Not by much, but a tiny bit quicker on the desktop version. And yeah, it gives you more support of the developers because they get the full income as opposed to the 20% Steam fee as well, which they get. So I recommend off the websites. Right, that's all connected. You can open the exits now. And passengers. Modify, cancel that, sorry. Expedite boarding. Passengers will now start deboarding the aircraft. Reset speed. Reset heading. Reset altitude. Reset the final course. Only bidirect and skip steam as well, yeah. Right. Yeah, so at this point passengers are now deboarding, so let's quickly end all the flight trackers. Smart cars, file high rep. Be a soft landing, so lose a few points for that, but generally be alright. Project's flight, let's us end on that. We'll give it a second to jump, it's taking a moment. So complete flight's completed. Looking good. Yeah, have since I started flying Project Fly. Very, very fly without it now. It's just really nice to have. Right, to connect from that sim. Actually, yes, close the aircraft up and just finish it all off for the day. So, passengers have already boarded. This can come off. Ground services. The bus is going to drive away. Passengers to the terminal. And, yeah, that's it. Battery comes off. Battery is that one. And then ground power unit, since it's now no longer required, can come off. Ooh, and the IRS, sorry, that can come off as well. And there we have it. Passengers on the way to terminal. And our aircraft is now in cold and dark setup. Let's quickly close the exits. And then let's do the replay. Going on flight, have a good evening. No Skymatics, have a good evening. Right, closing the exits, disconnect from VATSIM, and then stick the replay mode on. Looking good. So yeah, nice and short final. There from the wing view, we shall go this side, I think, since that's the main side in terms of all the scenery. Right hand side's alright, but actually, yeah, I'll go for this one. It's the mountainy side. Not bad at all. And there we go. Welcome to Milan. So I'll do one last replay. That'll be from the outside view. Stick it in the position. Short final. Bring it a little closer. All looking good, all looking stable. And wasn't really much of a flight that actually. That was a really nice landing. No real complaints for that one. Not firm, but standard touchdown. That's for a little bit of a light touchdown. And the aircraft stops in a nice amount of time for turning off the runway. So yeah, that was a good landing. No complaints from me. I'm happy to end the flight like that. So, yeah. I got to have a quick shower and then get ready for quite a busy day tomorrow, actually. So, definitely enjoy that. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Do leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. It does help channel out quite a lot. Do thank you for 2,700 subs. We did reach that milestone quite recently, so yeah, 2.71k now. That's a decent number. Yeah, it can only go up from there. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'm sure I will see you in the very near future. Have a great rest of your weekend, and yeah, have a good night, I guess. I'll talk to you all later. Good night.